Where should we connect with the ball? This is something that a lot of us struggle with. So I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips to get that timing just right. Tip number 2, where should we connect with the ball? This is something that a lot of us struggle with. So I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips to get that timing just right. In order for you to execute the maximum velocity with that forehand topspin, it's so important that you connect with the ball at the right time. What does that mean? Where should that be? And how exactly can you elevate and perfect that timing? The first thing you must try and understand is your eyes. Which eye is predominantly stronger for you? A nice little test for you to do that is to look through the hole. For me, you should be able to see which eye is my dominant eye. And if you can't see it there, it's my left eye. So for me, I need to be connecting with the ball slightly later. This is for my connection, not for full maximum velocity. And to reduce the amount of unforced errors. Once I've analyzed that, then I want to capture the ball within this zone over here. How can I understand exactly where this zone over here is? Take your non-plane hand and point with your index finger and then put it just there on the bat. This is literally the exact timing point that you want and pivot that you want for your height. You want your arm to be dead straight the whole time, and then as you come here, you bend. So I'm here dead straight, but my other arm is got a little kink in it, and then as I go, I snap, and then both arms are almost at 90 degrees there when I finish the stroke. So I rotate. You can see my non-plane shoulder is pointing to you, and as I strike the ball, then both of these are pointing directly at you as to where I'm going. So I'm there, rotate, snap, closed, and that is basically the timing and technique that I'm looking for. Timing point is very depending on stroke as well, so be a little bit lenient here. Just imagine if I'm here, then my timing zone is from my hip, so I'm there to approximately, you want maybe like a 35-degree angle there. Anywhere in this zone is a good timing point for you to connect with the ball. So obviously you've got your backswing, you play the stroke, and then the timing zone should be in this area over here. This timing zone is where you want to connect with the ball. Let's put a ball in there. Anywhere in this zone is where you're going to generate the maximum velocity. If it's too far in front, you're not going to generate a lot of power because you've already wasted the maximum force, which will be in and around this zone. If you hit the ball too early, then again, you're not generating enough backswing and energy from behind, and therefore a lot of the power has not been transferred from the legs over to here. So when you're transferring the weight from here to there, that's this zone over here, you're going to generate the most power and energy. Tip number 3, potentially the most controversial, the backswing. Some players will rotate here and then bring the arm in this zone over here. So the bat will be in and around that zone, and then they will play the stroke and follow through. Some players will drop the bat down here and then go this way. So the backswing is very depending on styles, and it also depends on what you're trying to do. If I get a high ball, generally I will want my bat to be nice and high. If I get a ball that's low, then I want my bat to be lower. So be aware of where you start for what particular ball that you receive. I do know that some top players start down here because they don't want the opponent to see the bat, where it begins and what they're looking to do. So from here they can change at the last second. They can get hook, they can fade, or they can go straight through the ball. And if it's coming from there and you've hooked, then it's a little bit easier for a top player to see or predict a little bit before you've connected with the ball. But that's for a much higher level play of table tennis. Predominantly, just be aware of where you start. If you start low, it's for a low ball, and if you start higher up, it's for a higher ball, and then you can go forward more. There are lots of different types of follow through. Maybe you know this one. Or maybe you know this one. Or maybe you know this one. Well, I think at least you'll know the first one. The other ones are dependent on, they could be anyone. Anyways, the follow through is not so important, but there is a few things that I want you to be aware of. If you go across your body, it generally means that you haven't used all the mechanics of the body in sync together. Your legs, your waist turning, and then transferring the weight over. If you're just doing this, you're probably using loads of arm speed and still keeping the weight on your left leg, so you're compensating. That means you'll probably lack real power. Now, I don't mean to name names, but Timmerball was the first one. And if you speak to any of the top players, he doesn't generate real awesome power. Yes, he has power compared to most of us, but that's because of the years of training and honing in his skill. Having said that, in terms of efficiency, it could be better. Ma Long, massive follow through. He's here and he's going straight through, and he's using his legs, his hips, his arm, his shoulder, his forearm. Everything is working together, and possibly the most efficient forehand in modern table tennis. Having said that, it is quite long, so you have to be super fast, super athletic to have that kind of forehand. If you want to be a bit of both and you feel you haven't got the athleticism to do a Ma Long and you want a more efficient forehand, then you're looking to play a forehand from here, and the follow through should be in and around where your forehead is. That's where you want to stop. So it's down to you how you want to play your forehand follow through technique. So now that I've taught you the 3 key elements to a perfect or great forehand, you should be the champion of your house. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you feel like you want me to cover anything else, feel free to leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, just hit that like button, and of course, if you share the video, then the love of table tennis that comes from me can be spread out across the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Friday for the eBat challenge.